This episode of the Demonic Compendium contains spoilers for the following games. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to a snake-like new episode of the Demonic Compendium, the show where I discuss the mythology, design, and game history of your favorite Megami Tensei demons. I don't know about you all, but I'm sick of sitting in the sweltering summer sun. And I'm psyched it's September, so I can cease this constant sweating. And I'll stop now, because today, we're talking about Quetzalcoatl. Quetzalcoatl was a major deity of Mesoamerican mythology. He was worshipped by the Aztecs, the Mayans, and other realms of the ancient Mexicans. With his name roughly translated meaning feathered snake, most seem to agree that Quetzalcoatl is a large winged serpent. But what exactly he's the god of seems to be a little bit muddled. I think I had a harder time finding things he's not the god of. I found statements saying that Quetzalcoatl is a god of wind, water, fire, earth, life, the harvest, fertility, the sun, culture, the skies, the creator of calendars, a symbol of death, as well as the creator of humanity by sprinkling his own blood on the bones of those from a previous world. Basically, it makes sense why Quetzalcoatl is the most well-known deity from this particular pantheon. He had his lack of fingers in a lot of metaphorical pies. One thing Quetzalcoatl was supposedly known for was not accepting human sacrifices. Maybe since he made people, he found it a bit rude or distasteful for us to kill each other off to try and curry his favor. However, seeing this as weak behavior, the night god and Quetzalcoatl's brother, Tezcatlipoca, banished him. Quetzalcoatl then swam along the coast of the Atlantic Ocean and flew off into space, where his heart became the planet we know as Venus. The story of Tezcatlipoca defeating Quetzalcoatl supposedly stems from real historic events, of the Teotihuacan culture dominating the more peaceful, priestly Toltec civilization, which I won't get into because this episode is supposed to be about a winged magic snake that flew off into space. Quetzalcoatl's compendium entry from Persona 5 refers to him as an Aztec deity known as the Feathered Serpent. He created humans with his own blood and taught them how to sustain themselves. Design-wise, as a being whose name means feathered snake, Quetzalcoatl is a snake with wings. Even Kaneko has essentially said there really isn't much more to it than this. Upon noticing that the classic Megaten design isn't as vibrant or colorful as the vast majority of his portrayals in classic art, I tried looking to see if Kaneko based him off of a particular type of snake, and I found he does share quite a bit of resemblance to the Mexican gopher snake. Unlike most demons in the franchise, Quetzalcoatl's Devil Summoner design did not become the most commonly seen version of the demon. This version has him as a human adorned in feathers and snakeskin garb. Extra touches to his mythology can be seen, such as the snake on his belt or the sun on his headdress. While Quetzalcoatl has occasionally been described as humanoid, this design is most likely based on real-world accounts of priests or historic leaders taking on the moniker of Quetzalcoatl in order to present themselves as someone in a position of power. Supposedly, certain conquistadors were seen by ancient Aztecs as the deity in human form. He also has a Devil Children or Demi-Kids design where he was known as Quetzal, and frankly, I just think he's adorable. He's just a little snake doing a blep, and he's got a little crown on his head. All bow before King Quetzal. As far as game history goes, there's really not a lot to say. For a demon that has been around since the very first Megami Tensei, Quetzalcoatl has stayed mostly in the background. In the original Persona, Quetzalcoatl was the lowest level member of the World Arcana, and was known as Hive in Revelation's Persona. Quetzalcoatl was one of the personas used by Kazuya Todo, the protagonist's evil brother, who was exclusive to the manga. In both the game and the manga, Quetzalcoatl's design seems to have a stronger resemblance to the original Kaneko design of Itzamna, a completely separate god from the Mayan pantheon known for many of the same things, and was also described as reptilian. Quetzalcoatl was added to Persona 4 Golden as a member of the Aeon Arcana, and that is the end of that sentence. But, hilariously, Quetzalcoatl's biggest role in the series uses his far less iconic design. In Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse, Quetzalcoatl's humanoid design appears as a boss fight. He's a member of the Divine Powers who attacks the Kenshicho Hunters Association in order to collect souls, and is most notable for killing Asahi's dad, Boss, who is not to be confused with Boss from Persona 5, who also smokes, wears glasses, runs a restaurant, and has a daughter voiced by Erica Lindbeck. Overall, Quetzalcoatl may not be the most active demon in the stories or side quests, but he still stands out just through the sheer number of consistent appearances he's made, and is one of the most prominent representatives of his pantheon throughout the franchise. And so there you have it, Quetzalcoatl, the sacred sun snake that soars through skies and space. Did I leave out something you thought was important? Was I just plain wrong about something? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to let me know who you'd like to see me talk about in future episodes. That's going to do it for this episode of the Demonic Compendium, and I'll see you next time. But be careful while you rest that a demon doesn't take over your body.